Konnichiwa, my boosters, Eric here, and today I'm bringing you guys another Miis tutorial. Yay! But this one's going to be different in the sense that no one has actually requested the Miis in this video. Not a single Mii in this video has been requested. So why am I doing this? I felt it would be fun to show you guys all of the Miis I have favorited on my Wii. So I'm going to do tutorials for all of them. Before we get in, I just want to say something real quick. I don't own most of the Miis that are going to be in this video. Unlike the last two tutorials I did, or like all the other tutorials I've done, where actually all but one of the Miis I've done are Miis I own the rights to, or are Miis I made. Only two of the Miis in this video are going to be Miis that I made, and one of them is not even a character that I created. So without further ado, let's get started with the first Mii I have, and it's the only Mii that I created, Robin. Now, Robin is a Mii that I often regard as being, what did I say? I often regard him as being like a drum and bass Mii. You know those Miis that I usually just use for drum and bass parts? Robin is one of them. However, I often do have him do other stuff too. One of those things being, he sang in Falcons in the Air, and he's probably done some other stuff too, but yeah, that's how you Robin's face. Then as for his height and weight, you set his height to max, but don't edit his weight. Set his favorite color to blue, and his name is, no, not Nate, his name is spelled Robin. So that's how you do Robin. Now, moving on to Rin Suzune. Oh dear. Rin Suzune is a Mii that based off of a character from a series called Maveruck. Basically, it's a series about shinobis who do get on big fights, but but the series is most well known for Jago physics. And Rin Suzune is my favorite character in the series. So this is a Mii that I don't really tend to have a designated spot for. I don't have a designated thing that she does, essentially. She does a lot of different instruments in my remixes, so she is kind of she's kind of like a wild card for my Miis. Mostly because she doesn't play an instrument. Mostly because she doesn't actually play an instrument canonically. Hang on, I think I messed something up. What did I do wrong? It looks wrong somehow. No. Frick, what did I do? Yeah, that's what I did. That's what I have to do. Next for her height and body weight, set it to almost max, and then you set the weight to max. I know she's not canonically thick in game, but I like my thick women, so I set them all to max weight. Then too. There you go. I said her favorite color is purple because that's her canonical hair color. And yeah, that's about it. I was gonna say something? No, I forgot. Alright, next we're going into the Miis that I didn't make. Starting with AdamCrossing's Nemuse. Now, granted, I might have gotten his name wrong, but I had to use a translator because his name was originally in Japanese. It had Japanese text, and I couldn't find a way to add Japanese text to a Wii, so I decided to just roll with his name being in Japanese. So I translated, and it came out as Nemuse. Nemuse mostly does in AdamCrossing's videos. So I'm my side, and I'm pretty skinny. In AdamCrossing's videos, he mostly does he only does the double bass, galactic drums, and basic drums in AdamCrossing's videos. But I personally have him use the piano because that's something that my dad gave the idea for, since he looks like a band member from a band my dad likes who plays the piano. Well, I was gonna say something else, but I forgot what it was. Next, we're gonna do Sufumu. Now, unlike Nemuse, Sufumu has never been in a single remix AdamCrossing has uploaded. as she was deleted by him before she did anything. I mostly use her for the galactic piano, but I guess what you wanted her to do is all up to you. Did I right? I'm pretty sure I did. Next, as for her body weight, she's actually like one of the few AdamCrossing characters who's not like super skinny. She's around there or so. Favorite color is brown. And her name is Sufumu. Next, we're doing Maveruck. This is a Herman Miller Mii, but he never actually referred to him by name, so I had a dream about him having the name Maveruck one time, so I just named him Maveruck. And since he was never used by Herman Miller, he doesn't have any instruments that he canonically plays, so I just have him do whatever. Max height again with no change to the weight, because I know that's something Herman Miller often does. Maveruck. And lastly, we're going to be doing JD, another Herman Miller Mii. This one actually did appear in one remix. One only. It was the second remix Herman Miller ever uploaded. In that remix, he plays the acoustic guitar, so I mostly have him play the acoustic guitar in my remixes. However, I have also had him play other instruments too, like the bells. He is mostly an acoustic guitar guy. That's the only instrument he's ever played. Put that up there. Oh. There we go. And I'm mostly Herman Miller does not edit his Mii's heights and weights, but I like to do it anyways because it helps. Because almost all my Mii's are above the default height, so it's just kind of like a thing I do. And that's how you make JD. Now, there's a few things I want to say before this video ends. First of all, sorry if I was so quiet. My parents were sleeping. I didn't want to wake them up. And secondly, if I know I just had the whole thing about Jock Mario 94 and how he demanded everyone add his Mii's to his Wii, but here's the thing. Even though I make these tutorials, I do not expect you to add literally any of them. You don't have to feel pressurized to add literally any of these Mii's to my Wii. You don't have to, honestly, you don't have to own a single Mii I've made. If, honestly, honestly, if you want to add anything, that's good, but I'm not going to chastise literally anyone for not having my Mii's on their Wii. And another thing is that if you have a Mii on my Wii that you do not like anymore, get rid of it. Don't feel bad about it. I fully accept you getting rid of a Mii I've made if you don't like the Mii. In fact, if you would rather, like for example, if you would rather have a Mii I made like a Robin, if you'd rather have Robin on your Wii to represent my channel as opposed to my self-insert Mii to represent my channel, go ahead and do that. If you would much rather have a Mii that I made that isn't myself represent my channel on your Wii as opposed to my self-insert, feel free to do that. If you, and just do know that I am not going to chastise you for it. I am not going to be upset, especially if you are someone like, say, Katrina, who already has a bunch of my Mii's on her Wii. If you want to get rid of the Mii, that is entirely your decision. And if you want to, if you don't want to add any of my Mii's to your Wii, don't feel bad about doing it. Don't feel bad about not adding them. And once again, if you'd rather have a Mii like Robin or Isabel or Haru on your Wii as opposed to my self-insert Mii, feel free to do that. I have represented other YouTubers or other MiiTubers by a Mii that they created as opposed to their self-insert Mii. Like I have Victor and Ludmila on my Wii, but not Aubrey himself. So feel free to do the same thing with me. I'm sorry if this tangent was going on for a long time. It's just like I really want to drive that point home. Never feel obligated to have my Mii on your Wii, or any of my Mii's I've ever made on your Wii. These tutorials are simply for if anyone has a even mild interest. If these tutorials are basically just for the people that want them. If you want the Mii, feel free to add them. If you don't want the Mii, don't feel pressurized. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time when I make another Mii tutorial. And also, I should be able to start uploading real music remixes tomorrow. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.